we also have a special guest, and she thinks it's awesome too. Lauren, Elise is on the set. I have to ask you, what are you really excited for this match? Because I am super hyped for Polt versus DRG.
Yes. You know what? Before we get started,
because you're a fan of champions, right?
I'm always a fan of reigning champions.
I am too.
I also have a soft. You know, my words just are not coming together today. I also have a soft spot for the underdog. So I mean, it's kind of like win-win. I just like them all.
Andre,
whoever wins,
who's the underdog?
Is in my favor.
Who is the underdog in this match?
In this match.
Polt? Really?
Why?
I don't know.
Polt?
I feel like I feel like both of these guys are equally matched. I can't even say there's an underdog, man.
I was just going by maybe. I don't even want to say this, but I was going by results. Dongrego just.
That's true.
He won something recently, which was MLG, of course.
Right, and he's also won GSL this year. He's won lots of different things.
Yeah.
So I
guess that's pretty important.
DRG, I think I guess you could put him at the 51% favorite. But I think Polt's also, you can make an argument 51% as well. But Lauren, I know that we've been saying all these kinds of terminology and stuff, and you said you had some questions and you wanted to come up here and ask us because you've been playing a lot of StarCraft on your stream. Tell me what's been going on in Lauren's world and late nights with Lauren Elise.
I'm so excited to be able to tell you that I've done something well in StarCraft. I've had a goal. I've had this goal in StarCraft that I just want to max out my units, and I play Terran. I just want to max out my units in 15 minutes. And for a while, everyone's been telling me, oh, you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to do that. Well, I did it. And it's recorded. I saved the replay. And I'm so proud of myself. But in the process of doing this, I had a coach that was on the phone with me that was also helping me build some of the things. And he said, you need to build 2 racks right now. And I was like, what's a rack? And he's like, it's barracks. Build a barracks. And I was like, okay, so it's like slang. Racks is slang for barracks.
It's short.
So then I've heard you guys talking as this whole stream has been going on. You've said about 50 things that I don't understand. Like 16 pool. What is a 16 pool?
A 16 pool is the worker count in which or supply count in which you start your spawning pool. So like if I say like a 12 racks, it means at your 12th SCV or your 12th unit, you build a barracks. It's kind of like a measurement of when you want to start certain things. Like I want to be at the diner.
It's like managing the economy.
Yeah, it's like I want to be at the diner at 6 o'clock. So you would say meet at the diner at 6, right? It's diner at 6. That's kind of like a shorthand for where you want to.
So the 16 is just the number.
The number in the top right-hand corner.
Like if you say 6 pool or a different number.
Now there's one situation where it's a little bit different, and that's going to be the 4-gate. 4-gate is just straight up you make 4 gateways. But there's very few times when you're actually not referencing the top right-hand number, which is the population count. Normally whenever I say population count, like a 10-gate, 10-gate means you have 10 workers normally, but it could be anything, 10 population, and then you throw that at that gateway. Or if it's 12 barracks, or 13 gateway, or 14 gateway, something like that, it's usually referencing the top right-hand corner population.
And, okay, and then whenever you're building, like this is other than terminology, but just the barracks, can you have too many? Is there something that you can create that's just too many, like you oversupply yourself, so it, instead of helping you, it hurts you?
It all depends. It depends on what kind of game you want to play. Some people want to play aggressive, so they have low count of everything, low workers, low production, but then they use whatever units very early on and like attack, right? So they want to be aggressive.
Right.
I'm
not aggressive at all.
Some people
I just
sit
want to build
back,
and I don't want anyone to come over.
Some people will sit back, wall off, and then just say, I'm going to play super defensive and just like build up a huge army and wait for like 12 to 15 minutes, and then I'll attack or try to defend.
That's me.
Yeah.
I build my supply depots in front of my little
That's good.
path.
You know you can lower them too?
I do.
Okay, that's
so
good.
that way, if they come attack me, I've got a good little wall up. It's like the wall of China. I'd like to see them try to come over that.
There is such thing as getting too many production facilities. Normally, it's based on the income that you have. So one base actually yields anywhere from 0 to 800 minerals. So obviously, if there's barracks, let's say if I have 1,000 barracks, I can't spend 800 minerals, or I can spend 800 minerals, but all my barracks aren't going to be used.
Right.
Right. Conversely, if we only have one barracks,
is what makes you a great player.
Correct. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that make you a great player, but one of the things is actually how you manage your base, how many production facilities you get, not actually supply capping. This is all what we reference as macro, making sure you have good macro and good mechanics.
Right. Overall management of everything. All the money. It's all your
Correct.
money. How well you manage your money.
How well you manage your macroeconomics, stuff like that.
And that's gonna actually come into play for this upcoming series as well, because DRG and Polt are some of the best, not just in terms of their micro, but also their macro. Just because, you know, mid game, DRG is really good, and what I mean by that is, like, as the game progresses, some of these players get better because when you have more buildings, you have more people to manage. Imagine you have another kid, another person to feed, another person you have to talk to and care
as you
about.
expand, it really
it piles on.
It's like an eye opener.
Both these guys are great.
Which just leads me to my last question. So I took this goal on, and I accomplished it, and I was so proud of myself. But I'm still a beginner. Like, in no way do I feel like I could, like, start laddering. But what is a good second goal? Or is laddering something I should start doing
What is the
now?
number count that you have? You said below 15 minutes, but what is it? 14:52, 14:30?
I was like, I was right at 14:58.
Okay, 14.
So the same goal, but in a minute less?
Yep.
Oh, no.
You know, in gymnastics, there were training exercises that you probably hated doing, but you knew you had to do it because it strengthened you, okay? In soccer, one of which is actually going through cones. I hated doing that, cone drills, but you know what? It made me a better player.
Okay. You know what? We're just going to do this build in 6 minutes. By finals, I'm going to be able.
You're going to max out by 6 minutes.
I'm going to max out.
You're going to max out
by like 6 minutes. All right, guys. Well, I hope that if you are looking for a challenge in StarCraft and you need something new to do, and you haven't tried to max out your units in 15 minutes, or 14 minutes or 13 minutes, try it. Tweet at me. Let me know how you do, because I like to compare my newbie skills with everybody else's accelerated awesome grandmaster skills. And if you have any questions that you want me to ask them and you're shy, you don't want to say it in chat because you don't want to look silly, just tweet your question to me because I'll ask anything. I'm cool with that.
That's good. Yep. Lauren's willing to ask all questions. Thank you, Lauren, so much for joining us.